Hello Wolfpack, this is video number 81. In this video I'd like to discuss my recent EDC purchases. I'll be talking specifically about the VanQuest EDCM Huge 2.0 EDC Pocket Maximizer. So with that, this was a part of a larger purchase for the Black Friday sales 2018. I purchased this along with a whole heap of Maxpedition stuff and a whole heap of other VanQuest stuff. I will be doing reviews comparing VanQuest to Maxpedition later on, so keep an eye out for that. But I'll be talking specifically about this pouch and the features that it has. And I'll be giving it a rating of how well it was manufactured as well as its practicality level. So I'll start off with the Canon note measuring method. So it's 1, 2, 3 and a bit cans long, 1, 2, 3 cans wide, but it doesn't look rectangular. Like it looks rectangular rather than square, but and roughly about half a can deep. Now this pouch is not empty. There's something in this. I've actually forgotten what I've put in this. I really have forgotten. I put it in before the review. I think I moved some things around now that I think about it. But they're the can measurements. For the note measurements, you've got 1, 2, 3, nearly four notes long. 1, 2, 3 notes wide, and to the bottom you've definitely got to the Queen's lower neck by the looks of it. So definitely to a chin. God save the Queen. Okay, so walking over so far 100% of the pouches for VanQuest are all the same. You've got your hook and loop at the front, or Velcro attachment at the front. You've got a slip pouch, which I still stand by that for me, these front pouches are useless when the pack is full, or when the pouch is full. You got your Velcro attachments. I just noticed something. That looks pretty shit, doesn't it, as far as sewing is concerned? I just noticed that. I don't know whether you guys can see that, but there's a loose stitch. I don't know what's going on with stitching at VanQuest. You've got a double zip double zipper. I believe them to be YKK. I know what I put in here now. You've got a lock. You've got the ability to lock these. I believe that they're YKK zippers, but you've got the ability to lock this pouch, put a lock on it with that. Very cool. I think that's a very cool feature. One thing about VanQuest, whoever thought of these pouches, whoever designed them, really put a lot of thought into them. They really took their time and effort. They didn't just sit down and throw something together. Manufacturing, I'm not too sure about, but I definitely love the design of the VanQuest over the Maxpedition, but for the Maxpedition, I love the manufacturing over the manufacturing of VanQuest. So each one has their points. I did shuffle these around. I had these in a different pouch. This is all my carabiners that I want to carry or will have available to me. So bear with me. I won't take these out just yet. I'll start off with, you've got 2 loops at the top, a little bit of branding, you've got a slip pocket at the back, you've got 2 straps, one at the top, 3 items at the back, and on the top part you've got 1 area, 2 area, 3 area, 4 area, 5 areas. So down the bottom you've got a second strap, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hold 4 items in here. And in the middle, this is cool. They didn't have this in any other one. You've got a center strap as well as 2 items that can be held on top, which I think is really cool. On the right hand side, I don't like these where they run one way and then change to another. I don't personally like that, but I can live with it. Why did I purchase it if I don't like it? I wanted the ability to compare the Maxpedition and the VanQuest together because there's so few videos out there comparing those items. And I didn't want it to be a paid promotion. I don't get paid for any of these reviews, so I just point that out. I want it to be a genuine, honest review, something that you could trust. At the top here, you've got a little loop with a detachable key lanyard, if you can get the thing off. There we go. Alright, so you've got your little loop. You've got 2 straps. You've got one here on the right and one here on the left. You've actually got 3. Here we go. You've got 1, 2, and 3. You've got 3 at the back. And on the front part, on the front straps, you've got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, you've got 4, you've got 5, and you've got 6. So you've got 6 on the top strap. You've got 2 pockets at the top. And on top of that, you've got a zipper. So this is really cool. I actually like this pouch, I think, a little bit more than the Slim now that I've taken a closer look to it. I don't know whether this has any issues with stitching like other videos. And I'll show you what I mean in half a second. So yes, this is one thing I don't like about VanQuest. You see the stitching on this? It looks like it's been completely and utterly horrendously stitched by an absolute amateur. I don't know who's doing the stitching down there, but it really is, in my opinion, just not high quality. That's not a reflection not to buy it. Do buy it because it does work, right? It does work, but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look as good as what the Maxpedition does. The Maxpedition, they run over every last thing. You know, every last detail seems to be looked after. Just small loose items. Here's the thing, when it comes to loose strands, I always think that they're going to come loose. I don't know whether they will over time, but I don't think it'll be as strong when I see loose strands. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong about that. So yeah, to see if they've got, there's no markings for YKK zippers on either of them, but I'm pretty sure that they are YKK because, yeah, here it is. It's a very, very, very light marking. I don't know whether you can see that, but it's actually just on the ring. On the back, you've got your pull handle. Would have liked to have been a little bit larger. I've made complaints about that in multiple videos, but it's not even a complaint, it's more of an observation or personal preference. You've got your, I believe to be double stitching on the pull handle. You've got your molly webbing, and you've got these items down below. Still don't know what they're for. In other pouches, these molly webbing are a little bit together. For the larger pouches, I've noticed that they have spaced them out. As far as manufacturing, I'd give this, I want to give it a moderate, you know, a medium to moderate, but I'll give it a high simply because there's no manufacturing defects for this particular pouch, right? It works, it does its job. It's just, as I mentioned earlier, the stitching to me is a sign of the small details that have been looked after, and if they've looked after the small details, they'll look after all the other details. So yeah, I will give it a high because it does its job, it does what it's required. It just would have been nicer to be a little bit more refined, but you know, I'm sure in time they'll fix that up in their company. Or at least I hope so anyway. as far as practicality, already I can see the practicality of holding stuff in this pouch, like straight away. Like you've got 2 pockets, you've got a zipper, you've got 2 sets of straps, you've got a double, a larger section, you've got no grommet on the back here, you've got lockability of the zippers. It seems to be a really good, it's a good size, it can hold a lot of items. For me, this has come up as a bit of a competitor to the EDCM Slim by VanQuest, and I'll be definitely loving a comparison to Maxpedition when I get around to the video. But this, I would recommend this as a very mobile pouch if you want to carry something like this. It is a bit large as far as like carrying a small, like when comparing to a smaller pouch, but for me, I prefer larger items. I'd rather carry a larger case. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. I don't promise to answer them straight away, but when I have an opportunity, I will. Respect who you are, respect where you come from, advance Australia fair, respect, honour and pride to Wolfpack members, and I'll talk to you later, Wolfpack. Bye!